Yay! Okay. Good evening. My name is Shannon Gronich with the Business Acceleration Network, and I am super excited tonight to share with you 5 strategies to accelerate your business and create rapid growth. These are strategies that have been proven over and over and over again, and they are incredible for helping build community, attract more clients, and really go to the next level. I'm also going to be talking about our upcoming Business Acceleration Summit. It's our 12th one. We're super excited. And I'm going to be sharing tips and strategies on this particular event, but these are all strategies that you can use at any event that you go to. Now, we have some things that are really unique to our program, but as an event strategist, I've found that no matter where you're going, you can use these same things to help you get the most out of it. So before we get started, I want to hear from each one of you because I love giving people the opportunity to get free press and share who they are and grow the community. So when you share, if you can say your name, where you're from, and just real quick your business, and then your intention for tonight or what you're hoping to get out of it. So I am going to start with my co-host for the upcoming 12th Business Acceleration Summit in Orlando. He is a very long dear friend, actually my oldest friend. Well, he's not old, but my longest friendship in Florida. I also feel like he is a little bit of my twin soul twin. I don't know how you say it, Mark, but he has the same mission and vision as me. His company is called the Inspired Messengers Network, and he loves helping build community, help these incredible messages get out to the masses, and he's really instrumental in helping us move our event that's been in Brevard County to Orlando. So thank you, Mark, and I'm going to turn it over to you, and so everybody can meet you.
Thank you so much, Shannon. I'm very, very excited about our event and really, really excited about our friendship and how it's grown over the last 20 years. And definitely deeply, deeply aligned with you and the people that you draw in here. That's a big part of it. I'm all about collaboration. I met John just the other day and already actually am sharing his name. So you talked about connecting people. That's really what I'm most passionate about. And that's why I love this event that you're doing, because I'm really excited to bring people together and have our communities meet each other.
Beautiful. So can you share how people would find you if they wanted to know more?
Sure. I wasn't sure if this was an elevator pitch style intro, but I am at inspiredmessengersnetwork.com or directly to my website, markporteous.com, and I'll put both of those links in the chat box.
And Mark, real quick, can you share your core? And I know that you bring something very special to our community. Do you mind just sharing quickly about that process that you are bringing to our community?
Absolutely. So again, my focus on soul connection, helping people to connect to the soul, to their own inner being, and then to the soul of their business, and then to their soul tribe. And we use a tool called the Core Values Index. I'm actually doing a webinar tomorrow on the Core Values Index. I'll put a link up for that as well. And this actually helps. It's the only tool available that measures one's innate core energies and through your values. So it never changes through your life. It's not like a DISC or Briggs-Myers or Myers-Briggs or any of the other like strength finders, because it doesn't change, for one thing, and it really helps people understand who they are at their core of their being. And that's really what I'm about, is helping people to be in alignment with who they really are, so they can share the message that they came here to share and to live the beautiful, amazing life that we came here to live.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mark.
My pleasure.
I have so much appreciation for you. I am next going to introduce Joy Grace Harmony. One of the things you'll know about me is I love sharing my my love for them. Joy Grace Harmony is visiting Florida, and she has been a rock at making some wonderful introductions. And after she goes, we'll have John share, because I'll talk more about him. But Joy Grace is truly a master connector. She's big vision. I'm so excited because she has so much enthusiasm and joy. You get around her and you can't help but be lit up by all that she contributes. So Joy Grace?
Hi, Shannon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Fantastic. So I'm Joy Grace Harmony, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, not to be confused with the kind of food you eat, but that I do multiple entrepreneurial adventures at the same time. Currently, I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Joint Venture Society, and you guys will get to meet Jonathan Davis, the genius behind that. And so I look forward to collaborating and taking all of our businesses to the next level. You can find me at jvsociety.com.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
John, I don't know if we get to see your handsome face.
Probably not. Can you hear me okay, though?
We can. And so before you go, I just want to share, this is another individual who I'm very excited about, because he's also bringing an incredible gift to our event and to our community. This is a new relationship that I'm really excited about. He is bringing together the technology side and so much more, but to joint ventures and collaboration. So John, welcome.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate those kind words from both Joy Grace and you, Shannon. I'm also looking forward to that. I'm actually based in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm driving tonight, so unfortunately I can't have the video camera on, but I am excited because I am the founder of the Joint Venture Society, and the technology you talk about is the JV Jumpstart. And so I'm excited to actually have several people on the phone tomorrow night to take them through that process and what that looks like, and really excited to be in Florida in February.
Beautiful. Thank you. And would you prefer Jonathan or John?
Let's go with John. Jonathan was reserved for my mother when I was in trouble as a kid.
Okay.
So yeah, John is fine.
Good to know. Perfect. All right. And then my dear love, I can say that I do free publicity and media, and Tamara Patzer is been one of my mentors and somebody that I admire so much. How are you? You want to do a quick introduction?
Sure, I'm great. It's really interesting because this popped up in my email to come to this tonight, and I have a client, and I have been tasked to helping create some joint ventures for them, and they're in the heart space or the divine space. Been connected for a reason, because we can talk about joint ventures. So my background is in marketing publicity, but I'm really focusing on creating joint ventures for my clients.
Beautiful. Welcome. How do they find you if they wanted more information?
They can just friend me on Facebook, Tamara Patzer, or I'm at tammypatzer.com, TAMIPATZER.com, and they can connect.
Okay, perfect.
Would you mind putting that in the chat box so I can copy and paste it?
Okay,
I would love to connect.
Yes. And we are also hosting this on our Facebook group, the Business Acceleration Summit, facebook.com / Business Acceleration Summit. And so I invite each one of you that are joining us live to go ahead and share your information there. So if people are looking for you after the fact, that they can find you, and like and share, because this is going to be some great information. So the first thing, I just want to tell you a little bit about history of how this was developed. There was a number of years ago, I had a very large successful company. It was international, producing one of Florida's largest natural health and personal development conferences. And it was so big, renting the top floor of the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center, had over 70 hours of workshops in one day. over 2,000 attendees and 100 volunteers. And so this was such an incredible way to get the message, the message out to the masses and build community. And I totally loved it. And then the economy shifted, and so did my health. So shortly after my last event, which ended up being I think it was the 8th or the 9th, I ended up closing the business, and it was pretty hard. It was really, really, really tough. I had a couple of years of dark night of the soul of what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And then I started looking at what are the key successes that worked for me to build the business. What is it that I've found to move me and others from these events and from building community to take the next step. And so I started getting involved in different networking events, different groups, and there's so many. I could list some of my favorites. I could go on and on. And I wanted something a little different. I wanted something to where everybody had the opportunity to have a voice, where we could really work with people on their language and help them get instant access to clients right there, where there was lead sharing, resource sharing, and using some of the oldest technology around of Mastermind to where individuals could come. Because one of the things I was missing was as I was kind of losing everything, or things were shifting, needing that place of people that could help me through my challenges. Because I feel like had I had the Business Acceleration Network and what we've created here as far as community, I could have overcome a lot of those challenges and probably would still be in business now. And so with this community, I want to share with you some of our core values. And these core values can go in your business at any point. You can pick, if you can work all 5, and that's what's so great about what we do at the summit, is that we have you working all 5 at the same time. It really allows you to accelerate unlike anything else that I've participated in. And if you just take one and work on it, this can help you get some of that growth that you're looking for. So the first thing is being able to craft that perfect message, being able to articulate who you are, what you're doing, and what you're looking for next. And so those of you that are attending the event in Orlando, you're going to want to craft that pitch. And I suggest that you write it down on a note card, because what happens is in this environment, you get to practice. You get feedback. You have people that are here loving you and sharing with you, hey, have you thought about this? Or what about that? And get that instant feedback. And I want to share some of the key things in crafting your message that can make you stand out. One is talking about the problem. If you can identify stats for the problem, then that can be really impactful for people to notice. I mean, you've probably heard, I know in my prior company, I used to say 45 million people are without health insurance. And so just that number and that stat would get people to pay attention. You can also share stats on the possibilities of revenue that's coming up, or any of the good stuff that's created by working with you. So stats are really powerful with crafting your pitch or crafting your message. And when you come to our event, we do a couple of times, because it was so raving, everybody loved it so much, we actually do it twice, both Friday night and Saturday, what we call our high performance networking experience. And so in that time, you're going to have people coming up to you saying, hey, Tamara, what are you working on? How can I support you? So you want to be able to clearly articulate who you are, what you're doing, and in this case, in our environment, what you're looking for next. So I have some people that might do 2 different things. Friday night, they might say, okay, right now I'm looking for affiliate partners, people to help get a commission on what I'm working on and share that. And so that could be one list. And then the second high performance networking could be looking for customers. And that would be your pitch. So I invite you to craft your perfect message. And you have some time to practice it. Get people's feedback, because it's really powerful to get feedback and see, are they paying attention? Do they have questions? And the idea is to not fire hose them and give them a ton of information, but just enough to where they say, wow, let's connect later, or I want more information and be able to exchange cards. Now, I think I need to get my hair cut. It keeps going in my eyes and it's driving me nuts. Okay, so the other thing is that this is not, you want to be quick, clear, and concise, because in those activities, you want to be ready to meet a few different people. Ideally, we do the whole exercise. You have about 30 minutes in this exercise, and if you can see 10 or 15 people or 20 people, it's great. The idea is not to facilitate a transaction right there. The idea is just to pique interest and share leads and share information. So the first thing, craft a compelling message and be clear on the ask. Be clear on what it is you're looking for. And so when you go to events, this principle applies, but one of the other things is it's really important to set intentions. And I love at our event, as I tell people, imagine you're I know we have a big Jewish community. Hi, Heshi. So you don't believe in Santa Claus. I mean, we all grow up. And so anyways, this is a chance where you get to really ask for what you want. And you're surrounded by mentors. You're surrounded by successful authors, media contacts, lawyers. And so I invite you this week to start writing a list of what it is that you're looking for. Because if you can come here and you can clearly articulate, hey, I have this contract that I need reviewed, or Tamara, I'm looking to get on TV. What do you suggest as a good story? So make that list, and you should have at least 5 to 10 things that you want to accomplish or you'd like support with. It could be having a contract reviewed. It could be having a press release reviewed. It could be looking at video. So take this time to really think about what are your intentions and what would you like to get out of this, and allow room for fluid and magic to happen, right? Because one of the great things is I found that once you write these down and you set the intention, that it's really magical how they show up. So that works for any event. Like, take a moment to set intentions on what it is that you would like. The second thing is collaborate and partnership. We really are, part of what makes us so powerful is that we attract heart-based entrepreneurs that are here to collaborate and really look at partnering. Part of why I'm so excited about the Joint Venture Society and what Joy Grace has done and John Davis coming in is that right now, I believe personally that the businesses that are going at it things alone are moving like molasses, very slow, and many of them are not surviving the change that's happening. And when we come together with the shared vision and we start collaborating, we can just move so much quicker. So some of the activities that we do at the event, one is the high performance networking experience that I spoke about, but you're also able to meet one-on-one with our speakers, with our mentors, with other people that are there. Joy Grace is not speaking, but you might say, hey, I have a product that I want to get out, and Joy Grace has tens of thousands of people. You might book a one-on-one with her. So we really set up an environment where you can meet with people and start looking and having those discussions about joint venture and collaborations. So that's the other thing. Be thinking about who would be your ideal partner. Now, one of the fun things that I love is that, Tamara and I are kind of in a similar industry. I teach people how to get media, and she teaches people how to get media. But what's so beautiful is that we both have different strengths. So we both come together with a shared vision of helping each other. So you'll find a number of marketing people there, and Tamara's been there. Tamara's a publisher of a book. And it's like coming together to share resources and find the strengths, because Tamara's been incredible at some of her publicity that she's got that I just don't have experience in. So I'm all day long going to send people to her because that's a good fit. Now, she may have people on a limited budget that want to learn how to access free press, and she may send them my way. So we really create this space of collaboration and resource sharing. And you'll find people in similar industries finding out how we work together. So that's number 2. Let's see here. I have a bunch of new people. I'm so excited. Tamara, you're the only one that's been to the event before. Yeah, that's here, which is great. So the number three thing to accelerate any business and just to accelerate your life is to treat everyone with significance. Treat everyone as if they're Oprah. Like, this is who you wanted to be. This is that next person that you know is going to take you to the next level. Because when we show up and we treat everyone as if they're the one, which Nancy Matthews is going to talk about at our event. Nancy Matthews is the founder of Women's Prosperity Network. When you treat everyone as if they're the one, magic happens. It's amazing. You can show up and you start having a conversation, and when people feel special, they open up, they give, and it is really powerful. So in your life and in your business, treat everyone as if they are significant, and you'll find a huge difference. Number 4, have strong coaches and mentors. It's not true that it's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top only if you choose for it to be lonely at the top. And so we've created an event and an environment where we give you direct access to mentors and coaches right there. And you can meet with people firsthand and decide, is this somebody that I resonate with? Is this somebody I connect with? And I know at a point, and I have a number of coaches I work with now, I know there was one point where I had 9 coaches, and people are like, is this crazy? Is my voice grainy? As she's saying my voice is grainy. Mark, is my voice grainy?
It's not right now.
Okay. So, sorry, just one moment. Thank you, Heshi. And we're going to introduce you. Heshi's one of our amazing speakers. So when I had these 9 coaches, I had people going, you are crazy. Why are you spending this money? Why are you spending this time? And I have to tell you, like, I needed somebody to help me with my parenting. It's like, I would rather have somebody that is been there, done that, and their kids are incredible than trying to figure it out on my own. Relationship, finances, legal, getting your message out. So I have found that some of the, what helped me rebuild and get to that place was surrounding myself with people that were more successful than me, that helped me avoid those landmines or those costly mistakes, or guided me to go to that next level. So at this event, you're going to find a ton of mentors. We bring them in, and when you have dinner with them, our VIP guests have dinner with them, they're not selling, which is so great because they're truly there. They've been hand-selected. They've been vetted. They're there to help you grow your business. They're there to facilitate a mastermind so that when you share your goal or challenge, that people can come together to help you. So surround yourself with mentors and coaches. And number 5 is mastermind. Mastermind your goals and challenges. So whether you do it at this event or whether you do it on your own, be a part of a mastermind. Create a mastermind. Create a vision team of people that you get together with, and you're able to say, here's a challenge I'm having. What do you suggest to get through this? Or here's a goal I have. And one of the things I love about my relationship with Mark, and why you guys will love him, is he's very vulnerable and transparent. And a number of you I know live that same principle. But at this event, and Mark, I just adore you with this relationship. It's like we're able to get on the phone and say, I'm really struggling with this. I'm having a hard time doing this, and can you help me? And so it's off the strength of others that we're really able to strengthen those muscles that we might not be skilled at in our business or in our life. So Mark, I just want to say thank you so much for over the years where I've been able to have that heartfelt mastermind and support and being able to be vulnerable. So those of you that are coming to our event on February 8th through 10th in Orlando at the Rosen Center Hotel, you're going to have 2 mastermind meals. And so in those mastermind meals, the VIPs get to pick who they're going to eat with and who they want to sit with. So you might want to sit with Lauren Cohen, who is a incredible attorney that helps with all different aspects of contracts and partnerships and raising capital and not set up nonprofit. You might want to sit with her and get input on what you're doing and mastermind. And she's not going to be there talking the whole time. She's going to give you input, but she's going to get everybody in the mastermind to give you ideas and feedback. You might want to sit with Heshi, who has been the president of the National Speakers Association, who spoke all over the world and a master network. So what's great about the mastermind is you get to pick who you want to eat with in those 2 meals. So I invite you to look at who you want to sit with ahead of time so that you can position that now. Also, you want to go there with those specific goals or challenges. And I invite you to write down a few, because we spend 10 to 12 minutes on you, which is so awesome, on you. And the first 5 minutes, you might get through the first one. So you might want to have a few in order and put them in priority that you want to mastermind. And the reason I brought up vulnerability is because I found that the more vulnerable you are, that biggest boulder that you have, that you share, this is the place where you can get those solutions. So really dig deep, like, what is that boulder that I have that I want to move through in my business? And you're in an environment where, let's say I'm launching something, but I don't have a certain piece together and I'm wanting support, that people are knowing, like, look, you're building and hey, you're pretty smart to ask for help. You're not trying to figure it out on yourself. So don't worry about, is that going to impact you getting customers? I know for me, if I know that somebody's coachable and seeking help, I definitely want to do business with them. So those are the five elements. Let me recap that. Then I'm going to open it up for a couple of questions about that. And then I'm going to go into some event strategies and some other strategies that will accelerate your business. But the first one is craft that compelling message. This, I promise you, has been like the secret key for so many people. And write it down. Write it down. Be ready with what that is, and write down a few of them, because you may want to, depending on the audience, have something different. This particular audience in our community are business owners. So you want to gear it towards business owners. And if you're, let's say, I don't think there's anybody here in parenting, but let's say your target market is parents. Well, you might say, I'm looking for parents or individuals that know parents that might need help with this. So just be ready for your audience. Second thing is collaborate and partner. Be ready to come with an open heart and resource share and schedule those meetings. Start looking at how can you collaborate. Nobody here, you're only alone if you don't ask. So be looking about how can you collaborate and partner. Joy Grace, I love you, girl. You have been absolutely a rock star for collaborating and partnering. And so I just, she's called me, hey, what about this? It's like you throw around ideas, you give feedback, you really come together with the best collaborations of how do I help this person? What can I do to support this person? The third one is treat everyone with significance. Show up and don't judge them by what they're wearing. Don't judge them by anything. Just show up and imagine that this is the most important person for you in your next step. And when you treat people with significance, you can have a big impact. Have strong coaches and mentors. Surround yourself with people that are better than you. Find those weak spots that you might have and make that list before this event. Like, make that list of, what do you need? Do you need an attorney? Then have that on your list of I need a mentor that can help me with this. Do you need help with marketing? Then get that on your list. So make a list of those mentors and coaches that you need help with. And the fifth one is mastermind your goals or challenges. Be willing to be vulnerable and ask for what it is that you need. So before I open this up for questions, I just want you to know that these 5 things we have happen in 48 hours at our event. And this is why we call it the Business Acceleration Network, because it is so rapid. I've been a part of wonderful incubators, and I love incubators. And I know that, 1 week you might meet with somebody to help you on the business plan. And the next week, it might be somebody to help you with and sometimes it's the next month. And so we put all of this together with structured processes to where we can really help you accelerate in record time. So with that, I just want to open up. Is there anybody that has questions or comments or feedback about what I've covered so far? No? Okay. So I'm going to take a midway break, and I'm going to introduce a couple of other key people that joined us a little bit later. I would love to introduce one of our speakers, who is a dear, incredible woman. She was one of our speakers on the Summit at Sea, which we're having a second one. I'm going to do a quick little plug here. Second one is October 13th through the 20th, businessaccelerationsummit.com/cruise. Heshi, do you mind saying hello and tell us just real quickly about you and what you're going to be sharing at the upcoming event?
Well, I'm sorry that I was late. I just couldn't get in on both of my computers. What's going on here? I'm getting back noise. Who am I? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Why do I have all that back noise?
You might have two screens open on accident if you had a hard time coming in.
Oh, you know what? I've got Werner's listening to another program on my other computer. Is that helping? Oh, that's better.
We hear you perfectly. We only hear you one time.
Okay. So I speak, I train, I coach. I love kids. I'm running a global clean water campaign for children, my goal. And I've just been in an event for the last 4 days with Nancy, and pretty much clarified my goals, which was, I'm so all over the place with how much I want to accomplish. Oh my God. You're not hearing any noise? All right, then I'll have to pretend there isn't any. I've been working with David, who's on the phone, to get my message clear, because when you have a passion that encompasses the world and you're doing so much, it's really hard to boil it down to just one thing. But anyway, that's my passion. I speak on that a lot, but I'll be speaking on connecting, how to be the best connector you can be, what it means to connect, how to be memorable. And if anyone who's coming, I would love to see them wear something that's a little bit unusual, or just wear something unusual, because I will pick out people who are a little bit different. And Shannon knows what I mean. So, my whole thing is about collaboration and building an authenticity and having diverse networks, and just making sure that every person is important. There isn't a single person that doesn't have something special to offer, and all we need to do is look for it. And usually, when you're in the midst of trying to help someone else, you're actually the one that gets helped, because it just always narrows back. So.
Thank you, Heshi. I'm so excited you're coming. Heshi also does a lot of work in Africa. She's providing clean water for children on our cruise. She left the cruise ship in Haiti, and I think one of the other islands too, right? And you delivered water.
Yeah, I went to Haiti and Jamaica and Cozumel, and I arranged beforehand so that I could meet with the children in each area that we went to. So when everyone else was out scuba diving, I was visiting children.
Well, thank you, Heshi, so much. I'm so excited to spend a few days with you. And
yes, I'm excited.
Perfect. So we also have one of our one of our founding members, David Dunworth, and he's also one of our mentors. And as Heshi mentioned, he's got an incredible course to help people with their language, and he's published a number of books. David, do you care to share just for a moment your background and how somebody would reach you?
Oh, sure. I'm David Dunworth. I think I have met everybody before. Haven't seen Tammy in a long time. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you again. Marketing Partners is my company. I have been working with solopreneurs for the last bunch of years on a pretty broad basis. We're now structuring business a little bit differently. I've created some strategic alliances with other professionals, and we are targeting more the clinician market than anything else. So anybody who calls themselves doctor, other than Dr. Dre, I mean, he's not real, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, that's our target audience, and we're rapidly approaching our first big event, which is April 5th. And so doctors, dentists, chiropractors, anybody with a doctor that wants to magnetically attract new clients and explode their business, that's what we're doing. I can be reached at david@marketingpartnersllc.com, but I'll be at the event and we'll have fun.
Thank you, David. David was also one of our presenters at the Summit at Sea. Before I introduce Lauren, I have one of our presenters who's new to all of you, who is staying with me.
A little shock and awe here.
I was like, come over, I want everybody to meet you. This is Miss Karen Elkins, and she is true. She actually used to have an ad agency for 23 years.
Yeah, in LA.
In LA. And she's a publisher of Science to Sage magazine. If you have not checked out Science to Sage, this woman brings together philosophers, professors,
artists, scientists, leading edge thinkers.
New Thought. She's worked with Greg Braden, some of the big names.
All the big names that you guys think of in that sort of industry I host in the magazine. I used to do events myself, and some of them I've actually hosted. So that's how I got started and how I was privileged to continue having that caliber in the magazine Science to Sage. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, and she also did our magazine. She is just amazing at making all of us shine. David, she did your ad last time. She is a rock star at making images look great. So she's going to be taking us on a journey at the summit that is going to rock your world. I saw her present at another conference this summer, and I was like, please, you got to come. You got to come. We
often don't realize the visuals that are happening as we interchange, the things we consume, how we speak, and what it really looks like, and how it is we hold on to memories and thoughts. And I'll take you through actually fundamental and elemental practices that show you how the magnetics work, literally. So you'll actually see things in action. So it'll be kind of fun. So thank you.
She's amazing. All right, we love you.
Love you.
Okay, and then I have one more special guest, Lauren.
Yes. Hi, I'm very glad that I'm not in my pajamas yet. I didn't really know that I was going to be on screen. I actually just met Karen this weekend. I think you're having more guests arriving, right? Nadia and Nigel?
Yeah.
So you're going to have a full house. So it's nice to meet all of you. I actually know Tamara from another life, literally. So hi, nice to see you. We were roommates in San Diego at an event for a few days. I'm excited to be part of this, and excited to be part of your world, Shannon. So thank you for bringing me in so quickly, and I'm excited to be speaking and mentoring, and I am the lawyer. I was just saying to David, I'm a doctor, but I don't think I'm your target market. And he said, no, that's why I said clinicians. So although in Canada, we don't say doctor of laws, but now they advanced us. It was a Bachelor of Laws when I went to law school, but now they've advanced us to qualify at the same level as American lawyers. So now I'm a JD, Juris Doctorate. So hi, Heshi, nice to meet you. I think I'm friends with everybody on Facebook. Hi, Mark. Hi, Joy Grace. And yes, and I look forward to meeting you and everybody in your network, Shannon. So, and if you have any legal questions, I have some good lawyers that you can ask. I'm just kidding. So, so today I did a podcast for somebody, Tech at Heart, and it was great. And she was like, kind of like, nobody wants to deal with legal stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to deal with tech. So everybody has some pain point, like you mentioned, that we have to find. And I like, as they say, I like turning, I say making broccoli great again, because that's what I'm trying to do, bring the fun back into what I do. Because it's really not all bad, and it keeps you on your toes and gets you access to more money. So thank you, Shannon. It's a pleasure to be part of this.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I out of all of the years in working with business and that, I find that legal is the one area that a lot of people skip. And so, Lauren, I feel really blessed that you're, not only paying to come, but you're donating your time and you're contributing and all that you do, because I know that it's vital. And I invite people, like, go there first, because you can either pay now for an attorney or you can pay after the fact.
Double. It's a lot more later. And this is kind of the message I'm trying to say, is that, like, we can not only save you money, but actually get you more money. And I don't know, people just avoid it. And it's a shame, because the truth is that we're not all bad. I think you'll find that out. And I'll try to wear something fun, but I'm not sure how fun it will be. I will say that when I spoke at Nancy's event in Fort Lauderdale a few months ago, I wore this skirt, and it was black with this blue, and it was like a car wash, like, those flappy things. And everybody paid attention to the skirt. So I don't think anybody even listened to what I was saying. So I'm not wearing that skirt, okay?
Yes, I can.
You could just wear anything. It could be different kinds of earrings. I mean, it could just be anything that will make you memorable.
Believe you me, what I wear is not what's going to make me memorable. It's my very quiet, shy demeanor that makes me memorable.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, now that everybody's met everybody, I am getting so amped up and so excited. This is great. So I'm going to go into a little bit more about events. Any other questions before we move forward? Don't we have a great community? Mark, are you excited? Yeah, it's going to be really remarkable.
And before you go into that, because you had said something a long time ago, I wrote down a note. I wanted to say how awesome it was. You talking about getting coaching as a parent and receiving parenting coaching, because our business, to me, my business and my parenting are the two most precious gifts that I've been given. And they're my biggest personal development and everything else. And the proof is in the pudding. And so anybody who knows your children knows the value of coaching and receiving coaching. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for being able to receive coaching around such an important thing. And that's the same thing with our business.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. So leading into that, our event, we actually sponsor in young entrepreneurs, because I love children so much. And I feel like I do this business with my kids. I do this at home. There's no real separation. So we do have young entrepreneurs that are coming to this event. We do have a young entrepreneur track where Lisa Soloway and Dr. Bob and Charlene Levine will be teaching them some key life skills and financials. And then they'll be with us in the mastermind meal. So they get to connect with you on their vision. I decided about 6 months ago, when I was sitting in the plane and seeing this woman literally beat her kid behind me, and finally I had to turn around and go, if you do this one more time, I'm gonna have to let somebody know. And he was 2 years old, strapped in. They're in the roadway, and I left there and I thought, parents really need help. Parents really need support. And so the last 6 months, I've been really targeting parents, creating this environment. We've always welcomed and invited children, but you'll see, like this last one, we had a 4-year-old with a business. We had a 5-year-old with a business. We had 7-year-olds with business, and all the way up to 26. So that's one of the special things. And thank you, Mark, for bringing that up, because our future, to me, is parents need help right now in learning how to guide them. So with events, we went through a couple of strategies of setting your intention. I invite you to go through and look at who are the sponsors, who's sponsoring. If you're looking to expand your business, sponsorship is a great way to grow and market your business. Get to know who the sponsors are from a logistics standpoint of who you might connect with, but also you might want to consider sponsoring an event. Sponsorship, to me, I would rather pay for sponsorship than pay for advertising, because sponsorship, I get to meet the people firsthand. And I know at the summit, like in our sponsorship, we're going to play a commercial on the screen. If you're our awards sponsor, you can help us deliver the awards. If you're our VIP party sponsor, you get to speak at the VIP party. And so sponsorship is really a great way to multiply and grow your business. So you want to look at who are the sponsors. You also want to look at who else is attending. If there's any sort of online platform or community, we have our app, the Business Acceleration Network app. You want to download that if you have not already. Go in and say hello, check into the event. But we also have a Facebook group that is great for you to go in and introduce yourself. Let people know that you're coming. Get the stuff that you do before events can be so powerful. And I think where people sometimes miss the mark is they just show up to an event and wing it, which works. You can come to our event, you can sign up an hour before and magic will happen. But if you can show up and engage prior, just like everybody being here tonight, then you start getting to know what people are doing and what they're up to. So connect with the groups that they're doing, if they have apps, and be out there. Share with what you're up to and what you're looking for. Also, with events, if you can connect with the speakers ahead of time, that's great. Now we have an elite pass. And with the Elite Pass, we help you with some of the matchmaking and the connecting ahead of time, so that when you come in, you're meeting them directly. We call it the concierge, kind of the concierge service, which is great because it's everything I'm teaching you tonight that you can do on your own. We hold your hand through that process because it can be key to growing and making sure that the event is successful for you. So looking at some of those strategies before you get there is essential. Now, when you're sponsoring events, I just want to back up to this for a minute, because I talked about this like a week ago. I did a video on sponsorship, and I know that sometimes people are frustrated with sponsorship because many times they're not clear on the deliverables. They're not clear on the expectations. So when you invest in that, get really clear on what it is. And I always say, talk to the producer, and many times they can customize and ask questions. What else can I do? What else do you suggest I do? As you start doing events, you might be able to ask, hey, can I put something in the giveaway bag? Can I leave something on the table? Like ask for as much as you can get, so that they can really support you with that sponsorship, and getting clear up front of what to expect, and also what you can receive and show up fully. It's good to show up to events early. And I have to say, for me and Bert and Alexa, Oliva, they've said the same thing, who you get to meet, is if you show up early, you get to meet the exhibitors, you get to meet the producer, jump in and say, hey, can I help with anything? Or what do you need? And it's like that support and those connections before it gets really busy can make a lasting impact. The other thing that I wanted to share with events, and Joy Grace, if there's anything I'm forgetting that we wanted to discuss, if you'll let me know, maybe message me or interrupt me, because I promised her. I really did this for Joy Grace Alexander, because they were like, we want to introduce people to this. And I wanted to have this platform so that not only can we introduce people to our community, but you can, whether you join us or not, you can take these things home and apply them to any of your business goals or other events that you participate in. So when you leave, you need to schedule time for follow-up. Like, don't just go home and get right back into business. Block a day or two to follow up, because the magic is in the follow-up. And I learned this. I remember one of the big conferences we produced, I had a woman, we followed up with her afterwards, and how was the event? Oh, I didn't make any sales. And I was like, really? We had 2,000 attendees. What do you mean? And I said, how many leads did you get? Oh, 178 leads. And I'm like, what did you? She goes, well, nobody called me. And so be thinking about now, like maybe you craft an email that's ready to go, so that when you get back, you can put those emails together. Like, start planning your follow-up now and block the time to do it. And in our event in particular, we do the last day where there's the one-on-one meetings. Book those meetings. You know, we let our elites book the meetings first. So John, you get to book your meeting first. The elites get to book their meetings first. The VIPs are second. The general admission, we open that up on Saturday afternoon. Book those meetings right away. And and John and Heshi and Mark and David, like, you guys are there serving, right? But I want you to book who you want to meet with first. Heshi, if you want to meet with Mark, then make sure that you scratch that out on your schedule and put your name on Mark's schedule, right? So really show up and take care of yourself so that you do those meetings. But when you meet with people, book that follow-up for after the event. If you don't meet them there, make sure that you don't leave it, oh, I'll call you. Like, leaving things open-ended don't always end up in success. So be proactive in your follow-up. Be proactive in your commitments and be certain that you get that up front. So I think I've covered a ton. I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing the same thing on Thursday. Not the exact same thing, because every time I change it a little bit, there'll be different people. But this Wednesday or Thursday, 2 nights at 7 o'clock, I invite you to come back on again. If you have anybody that you want to meet our community, have them join us. And also the following Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And I'll be going through, you know, I'll shift things up a little bit, but we'll invite you to join us, and please share. So in closing, I wanted to hear from each one of you. I love opening the circle with connection, and I love closing the circle with connection. So I would like to hear maybe an aha that you had, or anything that can kind of relate to this. So I am going to start with Tammy. Tammy, if I can start with you first, that would be great. And go ahead and say, Tammy, your name and your website.
Okay, so my name is Tamara. I go by Tammy, TammyPatzer.com. Like I said earlier, I think I just happened to respond to this. It's perfect timing for me. Like I said, I'm trying to make some good joint venture partnerships for a client that I'm working with. So I'm here not only from me and what I do with my publicity services and everything, but it sounds like there's a lot of people with the expertise of working on joint ventures and affiliate partnerships. So, and that to me is something I've never really worked on or pursued much of that type of relationship. I've always been more of a, trying to create business relationships to help people with the publicity. So this is a different avenue for me. So I'm like a newbie, but it sounds like I'm in the right place. So thank you, Shannon.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm going to just share one more thing. We just launched our membership, and it's not public yet, but I've been reaching out to some of you individually to become founding members. And I wanted you to know, Tammy, and I'm saying this, is the very first thing that we do the first 30 days is we teach you how to create sustainable partnerships by agreements for results. Because creating this culture of how to communicate in agreements is really powerful. So, if you want to talk about that, that may be something to consider. All right, Joy Grace.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I had wanted to ask you about the awards, a little bit more about the awards, but I guess I'll have to wait till Thursday night, huh?
I can tell real quick. Go ahead and ask real quick.
Well, I just wondered how many more awards are you seeking nominees for? Because I've nominated quite a few people. Are there any categories that are missing people?
Yeah, so we are only going to be Friday. We're going to close the nominations for the awards. I have not looked today, Joy Grace, so I'll have to message you on what's there. If anybody's interested in nominating or finding out the awards, you can go to businessaccelerationsummit.com/awards. And so, Joy Grace, you've nominated some pretty significant people. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm very excited.
And then that night, we will be giving the recipient. We'll honor all the nominees, but we will be. You'll find out who's going to win.
And is it after the awards, then there's the wine reception, or what happens after the awards? Is that the end?
That's a great question. So let me go through the agenda, the first part. The first night, we start out with an expo and a reception, and this is actually open to the public. So you can invite friends to come. We're going to have the expo up the whole time on Friday and Saturday, but that's from 4 to 5:30. Then from 5:30 to 9:30 is the high performance networking, the mastermind dinner, we have a keynote, the awards, and that ends at 9:30. 9:30 to 11 is the VIP reception, where we provide wine and some vegan yummies.
Vegan yummies.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm excited about this already. And I'm sorry, I had a call that tried to come in the middle, so it kind of muted you. So there's the awards I meant to say the expo and then the awards, but you said that the awards you wanted us to dress up. So when would we have time to go and change?
Night. Dress up on Friday night. Yes.
When I first get there for the expo, though.
People are in the expo and they're all dolled up.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, was because I'm like, you said to dress up, so I should be dressed up even in the expo, although we're wearing something kind of funky, so Heshi will say hi to me.
Well, and she's teaching on Saturday, so she's probably hoping you'll dress funky on Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I could dress funky every day, so let's.
You could dress funky on Friday, and I might just call you out on Saturday because you had something on Friday that was funky.
I love funky do stuff, so
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Joy Grace. Okay, Heshi, would you like to go next?
Well, I missed the very beginning, so I'm not sure what you did then, but I'd sure love to know what each person does. I mean, what their expertise is. So now I know Lauren, but Tammy spoke, but I don't know the expertise.
I'll send you the replay, or it's actually on our Facebook group. And we did that right in the beginning, Heshi. So if you go to facebook.com/Business Acceleration Summit, you'll be able to see that was the first thing we did was introductions.
Okay.
Perfect. Any ahas for you, Miss I've done a million events?
I just been really, because I went to the summit at sea. I've been there, but I haven't been to your other events. And this is just like the beginning of something really wonderful, because you know how much I love you and what you do. And I'll just say to everybody, I've studied with tons and tons of people. I've taught, I've done whatever. Shannon to me is like the top of the top, and I just want to work with her and do everything I can to have the whole world see how fantastic she is.
I love you.
That's really, that's really what it's about, is just seeing what I can do to be there for you, because not enough people are aware of it's not just your authenticity, it's who you are. And if only more people in the world could be like you, and you didn't expect me to say this, you didn't expect me to do anything else, but it's how I feel. And when I finally find someone that I think is so above the crowd, I have to be able to shout about it. There you go. That's it.
Thank you.
Can I follow Heshi?
Yeah, we all want to ditto that one.
It's funny because I remember, Heshi, I believe I met you at the Women's Prosperity Network with my daughter.
I think so.
My 8-year-old daughter, Eden.
So familiar, yeah.
Yes. And I remember the same feeling from you of, we just met and you kept trying to enroll me into Shannon's program. Like, are you in her thing? And I was like, does she have something else I don't know about? But I was just, your enthusiasm and support for her was undeniable. And I loved it. And it endured me to you right away.
Well, I just, there are so many people out there that teach so much, and yet not all of them are authentic. And Shannon is she's that person who really just stands in her own place.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And so I'll add my aha was, and I've been to so many of these meetings, and I even help people to prepare towards the end of the event for going back to work, and that whole transition time of having to prepare ahead of time to make this space in our lives, and then having to floop back into everything else and still follow up. The idea to prepare over a week in advance blows my mind. I'm like, oh wait, it's way too early to do that now. But the idea is, for me, I want to have a follow-up workshop that I can offer. So creating all of that stuff now will make my wife very happy.
Yay! Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, great idea.
Thank you, Mark. John, did you want to jump in? And David, let's have John go next.
Of course I do. I'm so grateful, Shannon, for everything. And I also love the enthusiasm. I think I aligned very energetically with this group. I'm excited about it. The big aha for me was I get to prepare a lot of wonderful things beforehand so that I can make this the absolute most powerful experience to not only speak and to meet everybody, but to also show up in the best space to offer everything I am and have to everybody in attendance at the event as well. So excited and looking forward.
Thank you, John. Mr. Dunworth.
There we go. Sorry about the delay.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event ever more so. My big aha was that I was really surprised to see Tamara. Tammy and I talked for a long time, and then she got so important being at Harvard and on this radio station and that TV station, and I went, I guess we've seen the last of Tammy. She's in the big time now. So it's good to see you again. That was my big surprise, and I'm really excited that you're connecting again directly with us. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. I will unfortunately be in Phoenix on Friday. I don't get in till Saturday morning from the red eye, but I'll be there Saturday and Sunday for sure, and looking forward to spending time with all of you. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to end with the famous quote, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we're in our home stretch. This is the time to just take a look, even if it's 10 minutes each day on some of these principles that we talked about, because this planning can be essential for success. We still have some expo booths. We're still looking for a dinner sponsor with the awards. So if you know anybody that wants to sponsor, that would be remarkable. And I am so excited to see you. Please come back on Thursday, share this. And I look forward to playing with each one of you in how many days? 10 days? Oh, and if you haven't registered, if you did not formally register and order your meals, please do that today if you can, or tonight if you can. If you're waiting from a code for me or something like that, call me after this so that we can get you registered, because I have to give them the meal counts and we want to get you all set. So I love you guys. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.